So today, judgment on the 44 performance. Motoring into the wind, it's gonna be slammy, especially if you're only if you're going into rough seas, which we were. So it was a little slammy. If you're going slow at sail in rough seas, you're gonna be slammy. If you're going like we are now in rough seas, it's going to be smooth. It cuts right through. Yeah, it's a comfortable ride. And again, like I said before, this thing is it's not just a shiny little, showpiece. This thing is a machine, and it's built to a purpose, and that purpose is offshore cruising. And right now we just put full main out and full Genoa. Sun has come out. It's a nice evening. We don't see any major storm squalls, so there's like a little bit of rain up ahead, but that's just the way Tim rolls. He likes the rain.
In this video, we're picking up in the western Baltic and then entering the Kiel Canal. We'll take a quick rest in Cuxhaven before embarking in the North Sea, where we encounter our roughest seas yet.
Pretty cool picture of the bridge up ahead. We're going to be sailing through that. Reefed Genoa, full main. Oh wow, it's a beautiful looking bridge. Just gently sailing under it. I think we had about 6 inches to spare. Nice job.
Thanks.
Way to read those tides.
Shedding the bridge here.
Today's meal is baked ziti.
Good job, Tim.
There you go. How'd that feel?
Am I bleeding from all the hail?
Well, now that I'm out here by myself, I will tell you, the shit's scary. Not enough sail, and then you put your sail up, and then you're getting knocked down next thing you know. So right now I've got a well-reefed main and reefed Genoa. 8.2 knots of boat speed and 21 knots of wind. Yeah, I mean, it's no joke. So we're under power, and what I'm going to do now is turn on the water maker, which I already have running. And gosh, we're down to 100 parts per million, need to be less than 150. And there's our product, so we'll give it a test. Tastes like water. All right.
It's almost dry.
It's like a new day. Looks like our apparent wind angle is about 60 degrees. So yeah, things look pretty darn good here. And stage 2 of this operation is the opening of the gates. That's the Kiel Canal side, which leads to the North Sea, and this side over here is the Baltic side. We're here in the middle of the Kiel Canal, and it's still, of course, headwinds. We're fighting headwinds the whole trip. But my goodness, what an absolutely dramatic sight to just be going along, and then around a bend comes this monstrous container ship, and yeah, we're gonna have to pass right next to this guy. We made it to Cuxhaven. It was a slog upwind the whole time. We're just getting beat up. But this is the Cuxhaven Marina, and I think I'm a little bit oversized for this spot. I mean, look at this. Look at this pier. Okay, that's all she wrote. Gonna go get some schnitzel and beer in Cuxhaven. Yes. Cheers.
Cheers.
So what do you do on a shitty windy day? You recruit help to install the Starlink system. But my gosh, you pull the Starlink out, it's like pulling out 2 squeaky toys for dogs. These guys are all over it.
Yeah, that's true.
It's sort of really steep, disorganized seas. Let's see how this handles.
There's 2 ones, I'll hold on.
Okay. Big slant. Oh boy. Hang on. Oh man, nice job, dude. Thank you. Pretty intense seas in the North Sea here. We have about 138 miles to go along the Frisian Islands, and the sea state has gotten worse as we've gone. We've got a 2-knot current behind us, and we've got 20-knot headwinds. It's always been headwinds this whole trip, 500 miles of headwinds. And we're really struggling right now with just this heavy sea state. We've essentially been alternating at the wheel every 2 hours just to try and steer around these massive waves that you see here. got the engine set pretty low, and we've got that 2-knot current, so we're making good about 5.6 knots in the right direction. And the hope is that once the tide starts to switch, that we'll have an easier sea state. But basically we've got to do this for about 24 more hours.
Can't move down here. Get tossed around.
That's it. Stay secure. Stay safe. Not a lot going on out here. So we just found this washing down the deck. It's a rivet of some sort, and we have to figure out where this came from now. It's just ugly and gray. It's raining like crazy. Beautiful day in the North Sea, and we are sailing, and we are making 8.4 knots through the sea with 9 knots with the current. And Tim just wanted to do some yoga up at the bow, working on the preventer setup. Thought we had a good arrangement, but it kept on bending the stanchions, so we're repositioning it. Steamy hot chili. And out here it is cold and wet. 18 knots true wind. And this is our sail setup. And we are going through the German Bight. It's a narrow pass right here by a windmill farm to our port, and some other restricted area to starboard. It's sort of a needle thread here, and you can see all the traffic in the traffic zone. Those green boats are the tankers, so we're just staying clear of there. Okay, this is as close as we've gotten any windmills.
It don't seem that big.
It is gray on gray tonight. And it's freezing, and Tim is having ice cream. And we are doing 7.5 knots in 19 knots of wind, broad reach, and pretty disorganized seas. You can see here the North Sea is shallow. This is 22 meters. See how high we can go here. The max speed so far has been 9.8. This is her point of sail. But it is raining hard, and I am loving this hardtop Dodger, which is keeping me out of the elements. I just need to check the plotter every so often, but I do have a auxiliary iPad here. We just passed this windmill farm. If you want to see the whole trip, we left Cuxhaven here, and we continued all along the Frisian Islands. You can see here we are. So we're above Holland. We've crossed into Holland waters. So we just hit 26 knots on this broad reach, so we used the in-mast furling and furled in to a little bit less mainsail, and we also furled in the Genoa. All of this without changing our point of sail, so it was nice and safe, nice and controlled, and we did it in about I guess about 2 minutes. We were hitting 9 knots and up to 10 through the water. Now we're hanging around 723. I can't even tell you how miserable and cold it is right now. This is the North Sea.
Those gloves.
So when the weather goes to shit, these are the guys you want on watch. Right here. Just went up to 35 knots.
Want a picture from outside?
Yeah, sure. Get a good view of what's going on out there. Not sure how well you can hear this, but this is what it sounds like when you're on a broad reach with 25 knot winds in heavy seas. So just listen. It honestly feels so much faster than just 8 knots. It just feels like we're on a jet right now. It sounds like a jet. And it's pretty hard to fall asleep, but I've got to try. I've got to get up at 1:30 a.m. for my next shift. The waves are like out of control.
Yeah, I think sitting here looking out back, good, pretty decent perspective. And just watching the ones that are going away from me are just huge.
I know, yeah. And there's some sort of a blinking light out here.
Yeah, there is.
I don't know what that is, land, probably. What do you got? You just got, you got a little bit of main and a little bit of head sail?
Yeah, not a lot.
Hey guys, say hello.
Hello.
You get wave envy, Tom?
I don't know about envy.
I'm sitting in the back there. You guys...
You haven't seen any breakers yet, have you?
Close. My one broke on the side. Landed up on the side. Solid 30 for the last hour.
And then that causes the seas to just build, and you can't even imagine the rollers. This is just like the worst frickin' videos you've seen of the North Sea, and we're in it. What luck, huh?
We don't even have to pay extra for it.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh, it's just telling the cockpit.
Yeah.
We'll watch.
Yep. Just took one in the cockpit. Amazingly. There's another one. It's a beautiful evening with some massive seas and gale force winds in this new Hallberg Rassy 44.
This is a big one. Hold on.
Yep. You certainly don't expect this on your maiden voyage, but I guess it seems to be this. That seems to be our thing, isn't it, Tim?
Love it.
Well, it seems to me like sailplane is good. You know, our balance is good.
Big trough here coming. Very clean decks, Tom. Very
they're-
clean decks.
Yeah, they like the salt water, don't they? Big one. That would be the only reason I would say that.
That's
head
the
into
third.
wind.
Yeah, I can go up. When we go up 2 or 3 degrees.
Yeah, 2-3 degrees, and then we can take them on the bow a little bit more. opposed to the side.
And that's a new, those are 3 new, those haven't happened there. So this is all new. So maybe the wind's clocking more. That's the problem though, right?
We're pulling the main a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll release the preventer a little bit. Do that. So we've taken a couple in the cockpit, and it's not appreciable, I don't think. But these are ridiculous seas. You can hear the whistling just even underneath the cockpit. So now we're just trying to full reach a little bit, get a little bit closer into the wind. That'll slow us down, and it'll put the waves on the front of the boat as opposed to the side. The problem is we're close to the traffic zone. Not sure if this is visible, but out of control. We opted to go with more Genoa, which gives us more driving force, which seems to be working pretty well. We tried full reaching, and that just sort of stalled us in the middle of the wave train, which wasn't great. So now we're just sort of driving almost beam to the seas and just racing over them before they can cause us any mischief. Well, it's morning in the North Sea. The seas have calmed quite a bit, and the wind is still piped up, hitting 30. We have just a single Genoa, and we were able to turn the corner down towards Holland. And now it's just a nice beam reach with some still angry seas. As soon as we get into the lee of the United Kingdom, this should settle out, and the winds are supposed to slow down a little bit later on today. So far so good. We're cruising along nicely, making good time, and on schedule for an arrival in Guernsey on Thursday night or Friday, which would be important because the weather is going to be terrible on Friday, as if it wasn't so terrible yesterday.